such a wonderful experience for me to see such a wonderful group here today. So we really appreciate you coming out and expressing support for MedicsFirst and this new initiative. My name is Greg Chance. I have the pleasure of serving as the regional CEO for MedicsFirst, which, as you know, is the only non-for-profit EMS ambulance provider here in Springfield and Sangamon County. And I want to welcome everyone to this notable event in which we celebrate a new beginning for MedicsFirst and a new chapter for pre-hospital health care here in Springfield and Sangamon County. As stated, I do appreciate everyone spending time with us today and helping us celebrate the beginning of this project. As I mentioned, today is a big day for us. This represents a brick and mortar milestone for your local non-for-profit company, but it's a result of collaborative effort, and that's truly representative in what we do in EMS as well, and we'll talk about that here in a few moments. But the beginning of this journey in terms of this project is a result of many hands and many minds, and I'm very appreciative of their support, beginning with the MedicsFirst local board of directors, and they're one of the people that I report to ensure that we're providing a high quality service to the citizens of Springfield. And I would like to introduce those members that are here today with us. Jen Boyer, chairwoman with our board. Pam Molitaris. Stacy Grundy, Mike Murphy, Lakeisha Purchase. If I missed anybody, part of my bosses, I don't want to step on their toes.
Hillary's here.
Oh, Hillary? I'm sorry, yes. Hillary, a new board member. Thank you. As stated previously, MedicsFirst is your local non-for-profit company providing EMS services, but we're part of a larger family, and that family is Advanced Medical Transport, which is headquartered in Peoria. And we came down as MedicsFirst right before the pandemic in 2019. So our success is related to our parent company located in Peoria, and I'd like to introduce the senior leadership staff from our parent company. Our president and CEO, Andrew Rand. Our corporate medical director and one of the godfathers of EMS in Illinois, Dr. George Hevesy. Vice President of Business Development, Todd Baker. Vice President of Fleet, Derek Hahn. Vice President of Finance, Tim Beckew. Vice President of Administrative Support and Strategy, Deborah Roller. And probably the most important person that makes sure everything gets done, Bethany Hurst, our Administrative Assistant. Bethany, thank you. Other support and players that helped us get this project moving forward. I need to thank Joe Hurwitz and his team at Hurwitz Enterprises. Our friends at Memorial Health System, as well as HSHS, St. John's Health. The City of Springfield has been very supportive of this project. Thank you, the city. Alderwoman Lakeisha Purchase was a significant player in this effort, so thank you to Alderwoman Purchase. We also need to thank the people that are actually going to get the work done on this project. It started with Farnsworth Architectural Group. Thank you to them. Cynthia, thank you. And then we get to hand this project over, Cynthia and myself, to O'Shea Builders. And so thank you very much for their contribution in getting this project started. With that, I'd like to turn the lectern over to our chairwoman for the local board, Jen Boyer.
All right, good afternoon, and thank you all for coming. I'm Jennifer Boyer, Senior Vice President of Operations at the clinic during my normal day job, and Chair of the AMTSI MedicsFirst board. So I know Greg had mentioned that MedicsFirst is the only not-for-profit EMS services in Springfield, and it is governed by the board that's comprised, maybe not compromised, of local community stakeholders. And I know that as AMTSI got up and running in Grew Lakes and Springfield, that was really strategically chosen by Greg and the team to ensure that we had good community involvement. The mission really is to deliver consistent, outstanding, value-based health and community care. And so we're excited about this new location and the benefits it brings to the community, the patients that we serve, the employees of MedicsFirst, as well as all of our future EMS personnel. I have a history of being an ER nurse for 15 years, so this is always near and dear to my heart to continue to develop our EMS personnel. This building relocation and remodel is an example of investing in our community for the long term, and it represents our commitment to being a true community-based stakeholder that's interested in the well-being of its residents. This new building also helps to enhance the response time of MedicsFirst to both the hospitals and those emergency calls every day. So I wanted to really just take a second, as Greg thanked all of us, I wanted to take a second and thank Greg, because I know he's behind the scenes every day working this. And I would like you to please join me in welcoming Mayor Langfelder for a few words.
Well, thank you, Jennifer, and the Board of Directors at MedicsFirst making this happen. And now I know how they landed here, because Alderwoman Purchase, she's a great advocate. She has a lot of energy and enthusiasm. But serving on that board, I didn't realize you served on the board, so that's even
surprise.
That's right. But really, it's all about connectivity. And you know, there's another individual here that came from the City Council, went up to the state legislature, and really has helped out the City of Springfield. It's remembering where you came from, and that's Senator Turner. We really appreciate all she's done. Because as she knows, what she does impacts us quite a bit, but it impacts all cities throughout the state of Illinois, so we thank you for your leadership there. But also, with regards to this building, you know, it is it's been an eyesore for a number of years, and it's a great mainstay. You know, my family grew up in this area from my mother's side, and one of the leaders in adaptive reuse, and we can't thank him enough and Memorial Health Services enough, is Ed Curtis and his leadership as president and CEO. Because you know, his heart, it's definitely on the north end. He's a graduate of Lanphier High School, but but with regards to that, he's done adaptive reuse projects around the city. And the one, you know, the Hay Edwards School, if you take the fork in the road, so to speak, they've done that one. They've done numerous buildings. And if you haven't done so, you should go over to the complex of the Learning and Innovation Center. I know firsthand how great that can be when they open the doors. But from a personal standpoint, my daughter, she's at UIC here in Springfield. They have a nursing program. She's in her 4th year, but spent a lot of time there and really learning how best to serve the public. So this important project with MedicsFirst, and thank you, Greg, for your leadership on this, it will transform lives. It will help on many different facets. Of course, first and foremost, coming out of a pandemic, is to provide healthcare services that have it will put Springfield on a continued map of excellence due to our medical community. But also, you know, the job opportunities right here in Springfield, especially with the EMTs. it continues to grow that need. And then also with our first responders, and if they would stand up and be recognized. And one individual I will introduce is Police Chief Ken Scarlett. He's took the reins and he's leading the police department to the new level. If you'd stand up and be recognized, we'd appreciate it. But again, what this project represents is many different individuals working together. It's going to transform the area, especially Enos Park, but also the business communities and those around here to really change the lives and improve our community in the long run. So we really appreciate everybody's efforts. And once again, thank you, Greg, for all you've done to get us to this point. And we look forward to that working relationship as the years go by.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate those kind remarks. We'd like to now have Alderwoman Purchase come up and say a few words.
Good afternoon and happy Friday. I would like you all to give yourself a round of applause because this is what community looks like when you look around the room. I would like to thank the City of Springfield for being very supportive behind us and making sure we got our permits as of this week so we could get started. And I like all of the partnerships that we're getting ready to grow and do. We have our neighborhood associations from Vinegar Hill, Enos Park, and Lincoln Park and Oak Ridge Foundation here to be with us today. And we're real excited to build these partnerships. I wouldn't say I'm ignorant to what the ambulance does, but I did not know everything that they do outside of taking our loved ones to the hospital. So that's like the #1 thing for them to do. But also too, the community engagement, like we have the hands-on CPR that you can learn as well, and connecting them into the community to help advocate and engage with diversity to bring into the paramedics company. So I would like to thank Greg. I would like to thank our police department. I would like to thank Memorial and everyone that's in the room. And from me as your Ward 5 Alderwoman and our neighborhood associations and the community as a whole, we want to welcome you to your permanent home because you're not going anywhere. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lakeisha, and we appreciate that challenge that you presented, and you can hold me to that in terms of our investment in the community. Because of the direction of Mr. Rand as the CEO, President, and the local board, as well as our board back in Peoria, we firmly understand what being a non-for-profit means in our communities and in terms of giving back. So we look forward to fulfilling that commitment here in this new location. As I mentioned earlier, this newly remodeled facility is a brick and mortar milestone. However, it's really more important that we discuss just for a few minutes the work that's performed by the individuals that will utilize this facility. And what I'm speaking about is our EMS professionals that we're so proud of. And I have a number of our team here, most in the back of the room, but I want them to stand up and please extend our thank you to them. And as the mayor indicated, we're just one small piece to the puzzle in terms of community healthcare system, and we do like to talk about system. And not only are we talking about our friends in our other ambulance companies here in Springfield and Sangamon County, but also the individuals, the dispatchers that work in the 911 call center, our friends at the fire department, our friends in the police department, and our friends in the other rural and fire departments that we work with on a daily basis. So we extend our thanks to them. But I'm especially proud of our EMS pre-hospital healthcare providers employed at MedicsFirst because, thank you. The pandemic really showed us that EMS service providers are on the front line. We encounter patients at their homes, at their businesses, on the streets, before any time that the hospital would interact with them. And I want to assure you that we are pre-hospital healthcare providers. What we do out in the field does influence the health outcomes of every one of those patients, and we look forward to working with our friends in both healthcare systems, especially our friends in the ED departments there, as well as the EMS system leadership at both hospitals. But we are the first people that you contact in your healthcare continuum, and during the pandemic, we really showed what we're made of, and I'm so appreciative of their work. As their executive leader, I've come to really admire their calmness under pressure, and then at the same time, they're providing a highly clinically effective, compassionate care. And it's amazing. We do patient satisfaction surveys, and I remind our team that we're usually encountering an individual on one of the worst days of their lives. We have 2 ambulances out here today, and I welcome the opportunity for you as you leave to take a look inside those ambulances and see the type of highly technological equipment we have. And at the same time, when you're in the back of those ambulances and receiving care, you can be assured you're getting the best care you can. And so please take the time and engage with one of our team members and let them show you when you're not needing to be on a stretcher what the type of equipment is and what type of care we can provide in those highly technological vehicles. So at the same time they're providing that highly effective clinical care, they're so compassionate, and the feedback that we get from our patients reinforces that every time, and I'm so proud of them. So I'm so appreciative that they were able to, some of them were able to attend today, and we've got 5 ambulances out on the streets at the same time today, so we're very appreciative of that. In closing, we were really struggling with what to do because we really don't have any ground to break, if you will. But we did want to do something symbolic in terms of this remodeling effort. So I am going to ask, as we close today, that our speakers, Jen, Mayor, and Alderwoman Purchase, help me put a hole in this wall over here. And that'll be the beginning of our remodeling effort. So in closing, as we adjourn, again, I welcome you. Please grab a cookie before you leave. Please take time to maybe take a look at our ambulances, engage with some of our team members, and we would love everybody before you leave. Take 5 minutes, go over there and see some of our team members at the Hands-Only CPR, because you are also a pre-hospital healthcare provider. When someone's experiencing a sudden cardiac arrest, the best thing that we can do to make sure that individual walks out of the hospital neurologically intact is doing hands-only CPR. And so we encourage everybody to take 5 minutes out of your day to help save a life by doing that. So thank you very much again for coming. We really appreciate your support. We look forward to our new home in the new neighborhood and working with our friends in the community. Have a good day.
This is not fresh. One more time.
One more.
That's the last one.
Oh boy, this is heavy.
Come on, Bree. Yeah.